Students, class 7, today we are going to read the second lesson from your English literature textbook, Moonbeam, A Merry Christmas. It is written by Louisa May Alcott. She lived during the period of 1832 to 1888. 1832 to 1888. She was an American novelist. Her famous books were Little Woman, Good Wives, Little Men, and Joe's Boys. These novels are very popular. Many of her stories are based on her real life experience. Little Woman is a novel written by Louisa May Alcott. It tells the story of four sisters, Jo, Meg, Amy, and Beth. They were living with their mother. Their father is away serving as a chaplain in a war. So read this extract about how the girls celebrated Christmas. What is Christmas? Why do people celebrate Christmas? So in the title we have seen that this is a novel about a Merry Christmas. What is the meaning of Merry? Merry. Merry means cheerful or cherry. December 25th of every month, people celebrate Christmas all over the world. What is the story behind Christmas? Can you say the story behind Christmas? We know that Christmas is celebrated to remember the birth of Jesus Christ. Christmas is celebrated to remember the birth of whom? The birth of Jesus Christ, the Son of God. What is Christmas in simple words? Christmas, which means feast day of Christ, and it is the birth of Jesus of Nazareth. And it is the time of giving, loving, celebrating, caring and sharing. So irrespective of caste, color, religion, everywhere in the world, people used to celebrate Christmas because it commemorates the sacrifice or self-denial of the Son of God to seek and save human beings. Have you ever given up something for someone who needed it more than you did? If you have such experience, talk about it in class. But here in this lesson, now you are going to read about the girls who give up their Christmas breakfast for a poor family. So here in this lesson you are going to read about four girls. What they did, they gave up their Christmas breakfast for a poor family. So as we have read, it is the story of four sisters. Who are they? What are their names? The first one is Jo, second one is Meg, third one Ami, and fourth Beeth. They were living with their mother. Then how about their father? Their father is away serving as a chaplain in a war. Did you read about a military chaplain? A military chaplain ministers to military personnel, and in most cases their families and a civilian working for the military. In some cases they will also work with local civilians within a military area of operation. Okay, let us start reading this lesson. Now, Jo was the first to wake in the grey dawn of Christmas morning. No stocking hung at the fireplace, and for a moment she felt disappointed. So how was the Christmas morning here? Who wake up first in their home? You have seen Jo was the first to wake. And what was the peculiarity of that Christmas morning? It is noted as grey dawn. What is the meaning of grey dawn? Grey dawn is lacking cheer or brightness in mood or outlook, style, etc. So though it was a Christmas morning, it lacked cheer or brightness in mood for Jo. No stocking hung of the fireplace. What is fireplace? Fireplace is the open place in a room where you light a fire. During winter season, we used to keep fire pots inside the house in order to make us warm. So in that fire pot we have to put some materials to make it burn, so that we will get hot and it may warm us. But in that fireplace there was no stock of such items, and for a moment she felt disappointed. As the result, she was disappointed or discouraged. Then she remembered her mother's promise. What was that? And slipping her hand under her pillow, drew out a little crimson covered book. Crimson colored book. Crimson covered. Crimson is something that is deep red in color. What Jo remembered here? She remembered her mother's promise. What was that? And slipping her hand under her pillow, draw out a little crimson covered book. She knew it very well, for it was that beautiful old story of the best life ever lived. She remembered her mother's promise. So it was about a book. She kept it in the under her pillow. And how it was covered? It is covered a crimson covered book, red colored covered book. She knew it very well because it was a beautiful old story of the best life ever lived. Next line. She woke Meg with a Merry Christmas and made her see what was under her pillow. Now you can see she helped her sister Meg also to get up with a Merry Christmas, and she helped her also to see what was under her pillow. A green covered book appeared with a few words written by their mother, which made their own present very precious in their eyes. She also got a book. How was it? It was a green covered book, and in that book with a few words written by their mother, which made their own present very precious in their eyes. Next line. Presently, Beeth and Ami walked to Roomage and found their little books also, one dove colored, the other blue, and all sat looking at and talking about them while the east grew rosy with the coming day. Roomage, word meaning to move things and make them untidy while you are looking for something. The word roomage meaning is to move things and make them untidy while you are looking for something. So we can see each of them got each book with a different color. Joe got a book, crimson covered book, and her sister Meg a green covered book, and for Ami and Beth one dove colored and the other blue colored book, and all sat looking at and talking about them. Then what happened? While the east grew rosy with the coming day. So what is rosy? Rosy having a color between pink and red. So if a situation is described as rosy, it gives hope of success or happiness. So here we can see that Rosy described a situation. While the east grow rosy with the coming day. It is the beginning of a day. So it shows there is hope of success and happiness. Okay, next paragraph. Girls, said Meg seriously, looking from the tumbled head beside her to the two little night-capped ones in the room beyond. Mother wants us to read and love and mind these books, and we must begin at once. Now, Meg started to speak something seriously. Tumbled meaning to fall down suddenly, but without serious injury. Meg seriously started to speak something while looking from the tumbled head beside her to the two little night-capped one in the room beyond. What she was telling? Mother wants us to read and love and mind these books, and we must begin at once. See, those books were given by their mother in order to read and understand it. Meg seriously was telling to her sisters, we must read, love and mind these books, and must begin at once. You can do as you please, but I shall keep my book on the table here and read a little every morning as soon as I woke, for I know it will do me good and help me through the day. And she continued to tell her sisters that how she will read it. I will keep my book on the table here and read a little every morning as soon as I woke up. So she was telling she will keep her book on the table there and read a little every morning as soon as she woke up, because she know that it will do for her good and help her through the day. She is telling to her sisters, it is good to start the day with reading some good books. It may help them to live that day victoriously. Next paragraph. Then she opened her new book and began to read. Okay, she started to read her new book. Then Jo put her arm around her and leaning cheek to cheek, read also with the quiet expression so seldom seen on her restless face. In the picture you can see that Meg started to read her book. During that time, Jo put her arm around her and leaning cheek to cheek. Leaning means lean, to move the top part of your body and head forward, backward and to the side. Next line we can see that how good Meg is. Come, Ami, let us do as they do, whispered Beth. So in this paragraph we can see that Meg started to read her book as soon as she got up from the sleep, and Joe also comes and sat near to her, and she has watched a quiet expression so seldom seen on her restless face. Then, how good Meg is. Come, Ami. She started to call Ami to come and join to them. Let us do as they do, whispered Beth. So here we can see the reading of that book has changed the mind of Meg, and Ami also called let us do as they do. Who whispered it? Beth has whispered. Whispering, word meaning whisper, to speak very quietly into somebody's ear. Next line, I am glad mine is blue, said Ami. And then the room were very still, while the pages were softly turned, and the winter sunshine crept in to touch the bright head and serious face with a Christmas greeting. Here we read, I am glad mine is blue. Who said it? Ami said. The book which her mother has given was with a blue color, and then the room were very still, while the pages were softly turned, and the winter sunshine crept into touch the bright head and serious faces with a Christmas greeting. They were seriously reading the pages of the book which their mother has given to them to read. It has actually changed their mind and outlook. So while they were gently reading the pages of the book, the winter sunshine crept in to touch the bright head and serious faces with a Christmas greeting. Now, who came to touch them? We can see that the winter sunshine, it was early morning. So the winter sunshine crept into touch. Crept meaning to move very quietly and carefully so that nobody will notice you. You will be able to answer these two questions, A1, A and B questions. What did each of the girl get as their Christmas present? B. What did they do with their gift? Answer for the first question. As a Christmas present, each of the girls received books from their mother. Second, what did they do with their gift? Immediately they started reading their book and resolved to read a little of it each morning as soon as they were awake. You can take a screenshot of these pages. Okay, students, read and understand the first two questions. What did each of the girls get as their Christmas present? What did they do with their gift? From the first paragraph, we can see that each of them got a book from their mother as Christmas presentation. And what did they do with their gift? Immediately they started reading their book and resolved or decided to read a little of it each morning as soon as they were awake or get up from sleep. So read about the Christmas and about the author, also the hard words from this page, plus by heart the answer of these two questions for tomorrow. Thank you.
So let us start the review exercise. We solve it. Chapter quick review exercise. Pause the video and note the question and solve them. Multiple choice questions. Higher order thinking skills questions. Hello students, let us solve the chapter quick review exercise. Find minus 16 into 4. So you multiply because there is a one negative. So we write here is equal to minus and multiply by 16 4 ja 64. Question B, there is a 2 negative, so that is equal to plus, and 25 divided by 5, 5 5 is 25. 0 divided by 7 means 0 is divided from any integers, we get the 0, and remainings you solve it. And D part, any integers multiplied by 0, we get the answer 0. Now next question, find the value of a for which a upon absolute value of a is equal to minus 1. So let us check. What we check here, we know that mode of plus minus a is equal to a. Therefore, mode of minus 1 is equal to 1. Mode of minus 2 is equal to 2. Mode of minus 3 is equal to 3. So, here we check the value. How? Minus 1 upon absolute value of minus 1 is equal to minus 1 upon 1 is equal to minus 1. Another negative integers, minus 2 upon absolute value is 2 is equal to minus 2 upon 2, so divide is equal to minus 1. Therefore, a belongs to negative integers. Here I for integers, it is a negative symbol, or you say a belongs to minus 1, minus 2, minus 3 and so on. Hence the value of a, you write any one of them. Is it clear? Okay. Now question number 3. Sorry, this is the question number 2. Now question number 3, find the value of m such that, question number 3, minus m divided by minus m. Let us check. Minus m upon minus m. So we write m is equal to, here is equal to 1. So there is a 2 negative symbol. So obviously it's come positive. So let m is equal to 1. So you get minus 1 upon minus 1 is equal to 1. If m is equal to 2, then write minus 2 upon minus 2. Minus is the symbol given here, and the 2 is the value of m. So is equal to, this is also 1. 2 ones are 2. And minus 3 upon minus 3 is equal to also here 1. Hence, amps belongs to non-negative integers. Belongs to non-negative integers, or you say natural numbers. Non-negative integers, or you say natural numbers. So m is equal to 2, 1, 3, 4, 5 and so on, which you want to write. B part. Question 3, B part. Check 0 divided by m. If we write any value of m, is 0 upon 3, m equal to 3, then this is the equal to 0. But question says that meaningless. So meaningless means if we write this, so this is not true. So meaningless divided by 0. So 0 divided by 0, that is the meaningless. Meaningless or undefined. Now check next question. Question number 4. Question number 4. What is the question number 4? Big bracket, small bracket minus 50, small bracket divided by 10, big bracket divided by minus 5. So this is the one portion. So solve it. Minus 50 divided by 10, we get 10 5s are 15, and divide by minus 5. So you get 5 1s are 5. That is the one. Another parts is minus 50 divided by bracket 10 divided by minus 5. So check it. First we solve the bracket. 10 divided by minus 5. 5 to the 10, we get minus 2, and divide minus 50. So minus minus plus, and it is 25. So therefore they are not same. Hence they are not same. Now, question number 5. If A is equal to -1, B equal to 15, C is equal to -3, D equal to 6, and E is equal to -1, then find the value of AB plus CDE. Now, substitute the given value in this. So, we have bracket A, that is the -1, use the small bracket, into B. B is the 15 plus value of C, that is -3, bracket, small bracket, and value of D, that is 6, and value of E, that is -1, and multiply it. -1 multiplied by 15 ones are 15, and minus 15 here, plus minus and minus, there is a even number minus, so if there is the plus, and 3 6 are 6 3s are 6 6 are 18, ones are 18, so that is plus 18, and you check minus plus, which is greater, plus 18, so subtract 15 from 18, you get plus 3 here, so hence the value is, therefore the value of AB plus CDE is equal to 3. Now question number 6. It's very simple question. You already checked this question. What will be the sign of product if we multiply together 9 negative integers? So we know when we multiply odd numbers negative, we get the negative, or when we multiply the even numbers, we get the positive. With the 11 is the odd numbers. So when we multiply any numbers, -1 -1 -11 times, we get -1, and 9 positive, of course, we get the positive, so hence the answer, negative multiplied by positive, we get the negative numbers. So what is the answer? It is the negative. 20 negative, so 20 is the even number, so it's become positive, and 5 positive, so positive into positive, positive into positive equal to positive. Next, question number 7. A man had 30,000 in his bank account. If he withdraw means take the money from the bank, 600 a day for 12 days. In one day, he withdraw 600. So in 2 days, 1200. So 12 days we multiplied. Check the question. The balance in a man account is 30,000 rupees. He withdraw rupees 600 a day for 12 days. So withdraw, and we take the money from the bank, we use the symbol minus here. So minus 600 into 12 equal to 20 here, and 12 6 72. Then balance in his account after 12 days, we subtracted it from the total money. So here got 30,000 plus minus 7,200 or 7,200. Subtracted, you get 22,800 rupees. I hope you understand this. Next, question number 8, based on the property based question. You already learned all the property. For any two integers a and b, a into b is also an integer. When we multiply any two integers, we get the integers. This is called the closure property of multiplication. What is closure property of multiplication? So right in front of this, closure property of multiplication. For any integers a multiply 1 is equal to 1 multiply a is equal to a. What is this? This is the multiplicative identity. What is the value of a here? 0. 0 multiply 1 or 1 multiply 0, we get the 0 here. Sorry. And other number also, 1 into 1, 1, 1 into 1, 1, so 1. If we write the value of 2 in place, so 2 into 1, 2, or 1 into 2, 2. Multiplicative identities. For any three integers a, b and c, we have this. So what is this? Associative property of multiplication. For d, any three integers a, b, c, a bracket b plus c, a into b plus b into c. This is the distributive property of multiplication over addition. Plus is here, that is over addition. For any two integers a and b, a into b is equal to b into a. Order, if any, we multiply, we get the 3 into 4 or 4 into 3. We get the same value. That is the commutative property of multiplication. Next question is the product of any integers, two integers 104. One of them is minus 12. Find the other integers. This is also the same question. Other integer is equal to product of integers upon given integers. Given integers. What is the product? 144 and given integers minus 12. So divided 12 12 is 4 and there is minus 12. And obviously when you check the answer, minus 12 into minus 12, we got the plus 144. So this is the question number 9. And now check the question number 10. Fill in the empty cells. This is the multiplication symbol. When we multiply minus 8 into minus 1, minus minus plus and 8 ones are 8. Here minus 1 into minus 4, minus minus plus 4 ones are 4. Minus into minus plus 1, get minus and 1. Here plus 5. And same as check 2 8 ja 16, minus minus plus and minus minus plus and 2 4 ja 8 is already given. So complete this cells. Okay, draw a cells in your copy and complete it. Another cells B, that is a division. 64 divided by 8, 8 8 is 64. 56 divided by 7, 8 7 is 56 and minus, so use the minus. The plus 8 5 is 40. There's a minus, we use the minus, and 8 3 is a, so fill it this cells. Okay. Now question number 11. If delta, this is the smaller triangle symbol called delta, is an operation such that for an integers a and b, a delta b is equal to a into a plus b into b minus a into b. Then find first minus 3 delta 2. Let us solve the first question and second you solve itself. Okay. So question number 11. What is given? A delta b is equal to a into b plus b into a minus a. Then find. So here you observing the value of a is minus 3 and value of b is 2. So now write the value of a here minus 3 into minus 3 plus b. So b is 2 here. So 2 into 2 minus here a. What is the value of a here? Minus 3. So bracket minus 3 into value of b 2 here. And now solve the given question. So is equal to minus into minus plus 3 3 is a 9. Here also plus 2 2 is a 4. Here minus into minus plus So it is plus, and 3 2s are 6. Now add it. 4, 6, 10 and 9, that is 19, and it is the answer. Now question number 11. Be careful in this question. In an objective type test containing 25 questions, a student is to awarded 5 marks for every correct answer, 5 marks for every correct answer, and -5 for every incorrect answer. As we play the quiz in the class, so you are observing that, and 0 for not writing any answer. Mention the way of scoring 110 marks by a students. So students, now check it. Let us make a table showing various combination of 25 questions. So correct answer, incorrect answer, not writing answer, marks of 10. So question is, check a student is to awarded 5 marks for every correct answer. So answer, how many correct? Let us check. 23 correct answer and 1 incorrect answer and 1 not writing the answer. Total correct answer marks 23 into 5 plus incorrect answer, there is a 1, so get -5 marks incorrect answer, plus and not writing answer, that is 1 into 0 is equal to. So solve this question. 5 3s are 15 and 5 2s are 10 and 1 11. 115 minus 5 1s are 5 plus 0. What is the answer? 110. So what is the answer? That is 110 score. Another way, if questions correct answer 22, incorrect 0, not answering the question 3, then check 22 correct answer multiply by 5 plus bracket incorrect answer, that is 0 into -5 plus not answering 3, so 3 into 0. Now check it. 5 2s are 10 and 5 2s are 10, 1 11, 110 plus 0 multiply by -5 we get 0 plus 3 multiply by 0 we get 0. What is the answer here? 110. So there is a two way to find the answer. Thus here are two way of scoring 110 marks. First is 23 correct, 1 incorrect, 1 not answering. Another way, 22 correct answer and 1 in 0 incorrect answer and not answering 3. Now multiple choice question. For each question choose the correct option. Question first. If a is an integer other than 0 and 1, then which of the following is equal to 1? So you check. A divided -1 is not correct. 1 divided not by a not correct. Minus a divided by -a, so we get the 1. So that is the correct option. Question number 2. -10 multiplied by 9. So 9 tens are here -90 and -10 -9 minus, that is -100. So that is the correct. Check the question number 3rd. 5 divided by -1 does not lies between. First we check 5 divided by -1. So it is -5. And -5 lies between 0 and -10. Yes. It is lies between -4 and -15. Yes. It also lies between, but 0 and 10. -5 is not lies between 0 and 10. So option B is correct. Which of the following does not represent an integer? So memorize the integers. 0, natural numbers or negative numbers are the integers. If 0 is divided by 7, we get the 0, that is the integer. 9 divided by 3, 3 3 is 9, -3, that is the integers. 10 divided by 5, 5 2 is 10, 2 is the integers. But 20 is not completely divided by -7, so this is not a integers. Question number 5. For a non-zero a, which of the following is not defined? Obviously, first is correct. An integer divided by 0 is not defined. 6. The difference between two temperatures, 43 and -70 degree is. So difference. So how we check the difference? Question 6 parts. Difference of 43 degrees Celsius and -70 degree Celsius. So difference means we use the symbol minus. So 43 degrees Celsius minus plus 170 degrees Celsius. Add it, so you get the 60 degrees Celsius. Hence, the option C is correct. Question number 7. If A and B are two integers, then which of the following may not be an integer? A plus B, okay, integers. A minus B, also an integer. A divided B may not be an integer. That is the correct answer. The predecessor of -13 is predecessor. So predecessor means subtract 1. So -1. So -13 -1 become -14. Successor means +1 and predecessor means V -1, just before and after. So predecessor means before number. -43 multiplied by -99 plus 43 is equal to, obviously 43 we take the common and then solve. How? Check it. -43 into -99 plus 43. So check it. How? We take the common 43 here. So you get here -1 into -99 plus 1, because 43 take the common here. So 43 multiply that is plus 99 plus 1, that is 43 into 100, then 4300 means 4300. So this is the correct option. D option, 4300 is the correct option. The integers to be added to -25 into 15 to make the sum 350 is. The integers to be added to. Now check the numbers. Which numbers is added to this number? First we get the multiply and check it.
Good morning, class. Today we will study the first chapter from the history, class 7th, medieval period. This is the first chapter of history, medieval period. In Hindi, it's also called Madhyakalin Bharat. So before starting this chapter, I want to ask you something. In our previous class, we have completed first chapter from geography, and I hope that you have completed your question answers, your keywords, your exercise, and your hard words also. You will have to write all these in your copy in your notebook. You have no need to purchase any new copy. You have no need to purchase. You can write these all things in your previous copy, whatever you were using in your previous classes, but having the same subject. Okay? When the class will be continued, I will check your copy. I hope that you all will be fine at your home, and we will continue this study. So first chapter, I'm going to explain you the medieval period. Before starting this chapter, I want to tell you that history, the chapter, the subject history is divided into three parts. First, ancient history or ancient period. Second, the medieval period. Okay, first ancient period, second medieval period, and third one is modern period. Here we will discuss on the medieval period, and its time also divided. Its time duration, that from which century to which century we'll consider in ancient time or ancient period, the remaining the medieval period, and also divided the modern period. In this chapter, what we will discuss medieval period, feature of the medieval period, source of the medieval period, and highlights of the medieval period in India. Let's get started. The vast subcontinent of India was known in the past Bharatvarsha, the land of Bharata, bordered in north by the Himalayas and by the Indian Ocean in the south. A place, a continent or a subcontinent, a vast, we can say a huge, a big subcontinent of India. In past, people known as Bharatvarsha because there was a king named Bharat. Okay, because of his name, people start calling this place as Bharatvarsha. And what we see in India, in the north of India there is Himalaya, and in the south there is Indian Ocean. If you will see in the Indian Ocean, Indian figure, Indian map, you can see Indian Ocean and Himalaya. The name India came from Indus, a river in India. Okay, the name India came from the river Indus. There is a river named Indus. Okay, from that river, it's called India. Indus was derived from the old Persian word Hindu, equivalent to the Sanskrit was Sindhu, which was the historical local name for the Indus River. When the Persian people came in India, they called Indus River as because the Sanskrit name of Indus was Sindhu. Sanskrit word name is Sindhu, and when they pronounce it Sindhu, okay, they try to pronounce it as Sindhu, but they call it Hindu. Okay, they pronounce it Sindhu, but the word which is coming out of their mouth was Hindu. Okay, the ancient Greek referred to the Indians as Indoi. When the ancient Greek persons referred as Indians as Indoi, which means translates as the people of Indus. Okay, Indoi, Indians means the persons who come from the Indus River or the people of Indus. The Muslim during the medieval period called the subcontinent Hindustan and referred to the person as Hindus. As Babur writes in his autobiographical work Baburnama, in Baburnama, Babur writes that when Muslim came in India in medieval period, okay, so they called it Hindustan because of the people Hindu. Hindu here, actually I am unable to see the mean what is been written. A native of Hindustan and had no significant religions, connotations as understand it today. Means, what is the meaning of connotation? Connotations means a designation. Designation means we can say designation of post. In Hindi, it's also called Jati Bodhan or Atirikt Matlab. Means it is not related to any particular religions. Okay, it was only depend on the people who is living in India. Through the study of ancient India, the word you can understand ancient India in ancient period. The word, the study through the word and through the study of ancient India, we studied the events and proceeding that lead to growth and development of our early cultures and tradition. In our ancient India, when we will study in ancient India, we can see what is the reason behind the growth of development, our culture, our traditions. Through the study of, I'm sorry, I'm unable to see whatever written. India, we studied the events and proceedings that led to growth and development of agriculture and tradition. It is repeated. This line has been repeated. Okay, now we will start the chapter medieval period. The medieval period is the period in between the ancient and modern period. Between ancient and modern period. In the starting of the chapter, I have explained you very well that history is divided into three parts. Okay, first ancient period, second medieval period, and the last one is modern period in which we are living, that is called modern period. The medieval period is the period in between the ancient and modern period. Okay, between the period of ancient and modern, that called medieval period, the 8th century saw many changes in political, economic, social and cultural life of the people of India. During 18th century, it was saw that there was many changes, either their political, economical, social or cultural. There were also changes in the pattern of their thinking and behavior. Means what we can say, time to time and place to place, what happened? People started think in another pattern. Okay, here you can see there were also change. Okay, a change was started there in their thinking and also in the behavior. Thus, we take the 8th century as the one belonging to the medieval period. Okay, so what we can say, the starting of the medieval period start from the 8th century. I'm so sorry, 8th centuries. Change did not take place suddenly at any particular period of the time. change did not take place. It's a very good line. Change did not take place. If you want to change something, it will not be done suddenly. It will take some time. Okay? It will take some time. It cannot be did suddenly. For example, you can see many times what happened that we are not in proper discipline. Okay? But for coming in a proper discipline, for example, after completing this lockdown, when the class will be continued, the school will be continued, and when you will have to come to school. So perhaps it will take some time to come in a proper discipline, because I think from March to April, and we don't know how much time it will more take. But you are now at your home, and for come in a particular discipline, you will have to take some time. But here we are talking about the behavior and thinking. Some change appeared earlier at some place and some quite later. Some change appeared earlier. For example, if I'm explaining something in the class, there are lots of students which can understand easily, but the remaining can take some time, some quite later. Many changes took place after the downfall of the Mughal Empire and East Indian Company. After Mughal Empire and East India Company downfall, many changes take place. The meaning downfall means end, E-N-D, end, or ruin, R-U-I-N. Okay, class. If you have any problem in any meaning, you can ask me in the comment box, and you will also find out the hard words you will write in your copy. Okay, and you will also read this whole chapter at your home. Became the leading power in India in the middle of the 18th century. Okay, which I have explained to you before. Next, if you will find any difficulties, you can ask. This is taken as the end of medieval period in India. After completing and after the end of Mughal and the East India Company, this is taken as the end of medieval period in India. Thus, the medieval period lasted for about 1000 years, from 8th century to the 18th century, or between 700 and 750 AD. Okay, what is the means of AD? AD, the full form of AD is Anno Domini, or it's also called after death of Jesus Christ. Okay, so the medieval period, as known about, last for 1000 years, from 8th centuries to the 18th century. 8 centuries to the 18th century, about 1000 years, and also we can consider it 700 AD and 750 AD. Now, features of the medieval period. What were the features of the medieval period? Let's see. In order to make the study convenient, historians have divided the period into two phases. So, convenient means simple or easy, so that we can understand it in an easy way. Okay, it is divided into two phases, or in two parts. First is the early medieval period, and second is the later medieval period. First is early medieval period, and second is later medieval period. Okay, first, the early medieval period covers the period between the 8th and the 12th century. 8th to 12th centuries, considered in early medieval period. This period is actually the period of the Rajput kingdom in the north, the rule of the Pratiharas, Palas and Rashtrakutas, and their conflicts over Kannauj and Chola's kingdom in the south. What is the meaning of conflict? Conflict means war. War, W-A-R, war, Yudh, Sanghars. In this period, they mostly mentioned about the Rajput kingdom in the north. In the north of India, Rajput kingdom was there, and in the south, there were Cholas, Rashtrakutas, Pratiharas, and the Palas. And next, the later medieval period covers the period between the 13th and 18th century AD. Let's see again. Early medieval period 8th to 12th century covered, and remaining 13th to 18th was covered in the later medieval period. This period includes the Delhi Sultanate under the Turk and Afghan rulers, Bahmani and Vijayanagar kingdom, and the Mughal Empire. With the coming of the Turks, Afghan and the Mughals, Indian society underwent drastic change. In this time, you can see they have mostly discussed about the Turk, Afghani, okay, Mughal, Bahmani, Vijayanagar, okay. Mostly they have discussed about these all kingdom. That these all kingdom was there. Next, the meaning underwent. What is the underwent means? Suffer. S-U-F-F-E-R. Suffer. Suffer means, when you write in the application, I am suffering. I was suffered. That is the meaning of underwent. Okay. And the another is drastic. Drastic means tough or hard. Okay. Was underwent drastic change. Means there was many dangerous changes happened in this kingdom. Next, source of medieval period. What was the source of medieval period? Let's see. Information on the medieval period is derived from two main sources, archaeological and literacy. We got mostly information about the medieval period through the 2 points, because they have divided into 2 points. They were talking about the 2 points. First is archaeological. Archaeological, we can say the things which are related to very old things, related to old monuments. Okay. In Hindi, it's also called Puratattvik. And literacy. What is the meaning of literacy? You can understand it well. Literacy, whatever we can understand, what we can write, okay, it will be literacy. Yes, we also can say that we can read is called literacy. There is an abundance of source for this period. Abundance, I have told you before. What is the meaning of abundance? What is the meaning of abundance? I have told you before. Abundance means sufficiency or richness. Okay, there is sufficient source for this period. The books written during this period are available to us, and the monuments that were constructed still stand. The books which were written in that period are available. We can read them. and we can get the information also. And the monuments means the readable, the books written during. So the books will be considered in literacy part. And the archaeology will come in monuments were constructed still stand. Okay, that is why we know much more about the medieval period than the ancient period. Okay, what has been written? We know more about the medieval period than the ancient period. We do not have much information regarding ancient period. Archaeological source. Archaeological source, the study of history through the material remains of human life, is known as archaeology. Very good. Okay, you should learn it, not for passing, for your future also. The study of history through the material remains of human life is known as archaeology. Means in the past what people have made by their own hand. Okay, whatever they have made, the building, okay, the monuments, the temple, the tomb, whatever they have made, okay, is considered as archaeological source, or is called archaeology. The study is called archaeology. Such source may include monuments, painting, sculptures, inscriptions, and coins. Sculptures means statue. Okay, statue. And inscriptions means, another is inscriptions. Inscriptions means record or the information which is written on the stone or in a big stone. Next, monuments and building. What is monuments and building? What is monuments and building? Let's see. About the medieval period, monument and building are here. Historical monuments and buildings such as palaces, temples, forts, mosques, tomb, clock towers, etc. also help to reconstruct the past. Okay, when you see these all things, you can understand. You should think about this. How much time has been taken to made it, and from how much time it is still stand. Okay, for making these things, temples, forts, mosques, tomb, clock towers, etc. How much time has been taken to make them, and from how much time they also stand. Okay, it's also had to reconstruct the past. After watching these things, we can see. After watching these things, we can see that how these all monuments or statues, okay, has been made. These buildings reveals the archaeological style and the cultural influence of the period. These buildings help us to reveals, we can say show, S-H-O-W, show. These buildings show the archaeological style and the cultural influence. What was the culture was there? Because through the building we can see which types of culture people were following. Influence, we can say effect. Okay, the famous monuments of the medieval period are the Humayun tomb, Qutub Minar, mosques such as Quwwat al-Islam and Jama Masjid, Red Fort, Taj Mahal, or Hoshalwar Temple, etc. These were the most famous monuments of the time of the medieval period, and etc. They provide information about the architectural skills of workers and the material used. you can see one thing I want to tell you. Today, when you construct a house, it will stand only 70 years, 80 years, 90 years, 100 years. Mostly 100 years. But these all buildings, okay, you can see Jama Masjid, Red Fort, Taj Mahal, Usalwara temples, and Humayun Tomb, Qutub Minar, Quwwatul Islam. This is your homework. You will write how much time they were stand. Okay, these all buildings stands from how much time. You can see today when we construct a house, it will fall down after 70 or 80 years, but they are continue as it before. So which material has been used in it? Which material has been used in it for construction? For construction. What is the meaning of architectural? Architectural, we can see in Hindi, it's also called Vastu Sambandhi, is related to art. Okay. Next. For construction, which material has been used for construction and the mode of transportation in use, as well as the cultural and religious belief prevalent during the time. Transportation, we can say to carry. What was the mode of carrying these things from one place to another? Carry, C-A-R-R-Y, carry. Okay, it is related to transport. Okay, and as well as the culture, it's also show the culture of that time. Okay, and the belief, religious belief, which religion was followed by the people of that time. Okay, this is also is one point which we can get the information through these things. Okay, and prevalent. I have told you before. Prevalent, what is the means of prevalent? Prevalent means famous or popular, which religious beliefs popular during the time. So these all things, these all information we got through the monuments and buildings. In next video, we will talk about the inscriptions, coins, literacy source, paintings, etc. What is your homework? You will write all the mostly famous buildings name and their construction date. Okay, you will write hard word, you will read it at your home. Okay, thank you.